Welcome back to some more Link's Awakening. In the last episode, I completed Catfish's Maw, the dungeon, and now in this one I am going to be collecting some optional items and introducing some more characters, and I'm actually going to be doing a dungeon called the Color Dungeon, which is exclusive to the Link's Awakening DX version, although it did come back for the Switch remake as well. So that's all going to be exciting things to look forward to this episode. But I'm going to begin it by advancing the trading quest. If you remember, last time we got the mermaid scale, and now I'm going to use it on the statue. I'm going to put it back on the statue, which, by the way, was carved by the artist Shul Donovich. Alligator. He is the sculptor of the statue known as the Morning Mermaid. And so let me go over there and I'll put the scale on it. So here it is. You put the missing scale in the mermaid statue. And then it moves out of the way and this opens up. And finally, we get the magnifying lens. So certain things that were secret at first will now be available to be seen. Like these enemies, for example. My god, it's not all good, is it? Alright, let me head back to Animal Village. There's a few more secrets there that I need to show you guys, and a few things to collect. These little buzz blobs. They're so weird. What a weird enemy. I almost feel bad killing them. They seem nice. But don't be fooled. Anyways, if you come here, you can see Marin singing to the little animals. It's kind of funny. But let me actually come all the way to the northeast corner of Animal Village. There's this little cave here, and I guess I could have come here earlier, but I think now is just a better time for it. And as I navigate my way through, I'm working towards getting a secret heart piece from this location. Gonna bomb the wall here. Very good. Lots of keys. Sometimes they kind of hide on the walls and it's hard to see them. Very tricky. Tricky little keys. If you bomb that, you can freaking Guardian Acorn. Oh man, you are kidding me. I get so annoyed at those. Anyways, I can bomb that. That way I can come over from the south and then I can use the hook shot, and it's just easier that way. I believe he can also dash with the Pegasus shoes and the Rock's Feather. I'm not sure though, I haven't tried that. And I don't plan on it. I'm happy with this. And by the way, I hope you did see Grandma Yahoo. She was sweeping outside of the Animal Village now with the new broom that we got her. In fact, she lost her original broom. I never went back to talk to her, but she was sweeping so hard that she basically wore her broom down to a nub. That's why we had to give her a new one. It's kind of hilarious. So, there was a house that was empty here in Animal Village, and I told you I'd be coming back to it. And now that I have the magnifying lens, I can actually see something that was previously unseen. Yahoo! A new broom. Superb. So this little house, here in this corner, there is a Zora. Hey, you can see me? You must have a magnifying glass. I'm not a troublemaker. I just want to live in peace. Hi there, it's me, the photographer. You say Zora is in the house? I have to take a picture of that. I'll call it, I found Zora. So there you go. Very interesting, that is the 10th picture. If you keep me a secret, I'll tell you something useful. Go to Tarambo Shores, use the magnifying glass, and you will find someone like me. So that is a little bit of a hint to actually, believe it or not, complete the trading sequence, finally. We've been working on it since pretty much the first episode, but we will finally finish the trading sequence in this one. How exciting. I'm also going to go back to something that I introduced very early on in the Let's Play, and that is going to be the library in Mabe Village. I said it was going to be important. If you remember in A Link to the Past, I had to use the Pegasus boots to run into a bookshelf and knock down the Book of Medora. Well, it's going to be a little similar here. I'm going to use my Pegasus boots in the library to knock down a book and obtain a valuable hint about the Color Dungeon. It's all the way in the back. You can see it on top of the shelf there. Do you want to read this book? Yes. New World of Color under the 5 gravestones. 3 up, 4 right, 5 up, 2 left, 1 down. Try with all your might. Open a new path. Whoever is worthy receives the power of color. I wonder what the world of color is. Alright. So that little hint about the 3 up, 4 right, 5 up, 2 left, 1 down, that's actually important in order to actually access the Color Dungeon. So here in Tarambo Shores, we are going to be meeting Agoria, which is a classic Zelda enemy known for their use of Boomerang. They're masters of the Boomerang, and he's here in this little cave. I actually walked by this cave earlier when I was with Marin, but I didn't open it because you can't really do anything in here without the magnifying glass. And now that I have it, I can actually see the Goria in here, like the Zora hinted. And I am going to put my shovel on the B button, and you will see why. I found a good item washed up on the beach. I'll trade it to you for what you have in your B button. Okay. So there you go. You got the Boomerang in exchange for the item you had. So you don't need the shovel anymore at this point, so you can use it to complete the trading quest and get the Boomerang, which is super overpowered. It kills most enemies in just 1 hit, which is crazy. Including, believe it or not, the final boss in the game, which is kind of funny. You can kill him in 1 hit with the Boomerang. But anyways, using the Mambo's Mambo, I'm going to make my way back here. And I'm going to head on over to the graveyard to enter the Color Dungeon. So cemetery and Ukuku Prairie. So I'm gonna go all the way down to the cemetery, and these are guineas, by the way, the little ghosts. Let me come down here before I head on over to the Color Dungeon. Gotta be careful here not to get blown up. That's alright. Do want to grab this piece of heart. There you go. Making good progress towards that as well. Okay, so here is basically where the book, the Color Dungeon book, was referring to. First, let me kill all these guineas, and then basically I have to move the tombstones in a particular order like the book instructed to open the Color Dungeon. So it was 3 up, 4 right, 5 up, 2 left, 1 down. So that's how I'm pushing these gravestones. And 3 up here, and then finally I can go inside. Our colors are never the same. If I am red, he is blue. If he is red, I am blue. What color is my cloth? So he is blue. Don't tell anyone. Do you have the powder? If not, you must go back. Our colors are never the same. If I am red, he is blue. If he is red, I am blue. What color is my cloth? And obviously he is red. Don't tell anyone. The Fairy Queen is waiting for you. So this is the Color Dungeon. And these little enemies here, they're new. They're called Camo Goblins. There's the red ones and the green ones. And if you haven't guessed it, the theme of the dungeon is color. So you're going to use a lot of color. Have to make all the statues the same here. Got the compass. This functions kind of like a regular dungeon. It's just a little bit shorter than the other ones. And a little bit more unique, I would say. And these little guys are called bone putters. And these guys are called Karakoros. If you knock them, they turn into a little ball, and then you can throw them into their respective color. But you have to use the power bracelet to pick them up. And again, this was not in the original version of the game in 1993, because the original Game Boy could not handle color, obviously. These little tiles, by the way, the more you stand on them, they change colors, and then eventually the floor collapses, so you gotta be careful. Here is your clue. Make all the red blue. So pretty obvious, but anyways. There's that. More of these camo goblins. Alright, this guy. Boo! I am no weakling, your pitiful sword is no match for me. So he's right, we can't really defeat him with a sword, but we must use the magic powder, like the little skeleton in the beginning mentioned. This guy is a giant buzz blob. You make him vulnerable with the magic powder, and then you can swing the sword at him. Get the fairy. You know what I love about this dungeon? There's a secret rupee room, my friends. You know I love secret rupee rooms. I already got the nightmare key. I did promise that this was going to be a little bit of a shorter dungeon than the other ones. We'll do some backtracking. All the way. Now let me get rid of the camo goblins. Very good. A little compass jingle, of course, indicating there's a key here. And let me go through the one-way door. These bone putters, man. They're a little wacky. Same hint here. Here's your clue. Make all the red blue. We already know that. So here's the secret room I was alluding to. Let me place a bomb there. And aw yeah, secret rupee room. Look at all these rupees. I love it. How nice. You know what I found weird? In this game, the blue rupees are worth 1 and the green ones are worth 5, which is the exact opposite of pretty much every other Zelda game. What a greedy fool. You want more power? A buffoon like you might as well give up and go home. So this is a mini-boss known as Dekudon. And he's not so bad. I like to use a Rock's Feather to help avoid the attacks, but just basically have to hit him with my sword. Oh my gosh, he gave me a little bit of a harder time than I was anticipating, honestly. Let me grab that. I think it's weird that those enemies fly, but if they stand over a hole, they fall down. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna complain though. And finally the map. Pretty much at the very end of the dungeon, we get the map. So lots of Karakuro here, and I need to put them in their respective holes. Now the reward for beating this dungeon is that there's a great fairy at the end, and she allows you to upgrade your tunic or your sword. If you upgrade your tunic, it becomes blue, and all damage you take is reduced by half. Or if you choose to upgrade your sword, you get a red tunic, and you do double damage. And you can never go back to the green tunic after you get one of these, but you can switch. So if you grab the blue tunic for reduced damage, you can always come back here and talk to the fairy again and get the red tunic for more damage. But I'm a professional at this game, I don't take much damage, so I'm just gonna get the red tunic. So this puzzle is the same clue, make all the red blue. And it's not so bad, you just have to hit the little outside ones in the cross pattern. And pretty much ready for the boss here. And get my Rock's Feather out to prepare for the fight. Blue is safe, yellow is caution, red is danger. So this guy is known as Hard Hit Beetle. Yellow is caution, red is danger. Take your time. So his color slowly goes down, but you basically have to get it to go red by hitting him very quickly before the color goes back to the previous state. And here's the fairy. Welcome, Link. I admire you for coming this far. I will give you the power of color. If you want offense, choose red. If you want defense, choose blue. Which power do you want? So, like I said, I'm going to take the red one and increase my damage here. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you on the next one. I will now take you out.